So we're gonna make some delicious savory breakfast rolls. So this is sort of
A savory cinnamon bun.
egg sandwich meets like the twist of a cinnamon bun. But it's definitely savory. You can make this sweet, but we're gonna go with more of the egg breakfast sort of feel today. So on the bottom there, I gave you a recipe to make a quick bread dough from scratch. It's pretty easy, but you can buy a pizza dough as well. Get a nice whole wheat pizza dough. They have them ready. This is the one we made from scratch, and we used a little bit of a red fife, and we also rolled in some ground oats and some ground flaxseed, and that's sort of the benefit of making the dough yourself, is you can put whatever you want in there, right? If you want to keep it more savory, even add some fresh herbs in there. If you want to make it a little more on the sweet side, put some nutmeg, some cinnamon, some of those pumpkin spices in there. Really customize it. And so what you want to do is sort of let it rise. So let it sit for about 30 minutes. I put this in the fridge, and you can do it the next day even. Just let it rise once, and then you can refrigerate. You can even freeze it. And then when you're ready to roll it out, just let it bring it to room temperature.
When you're ready to roll.
You're ready to roll. So we're gonna just dust our surface a little bit. We're gonna put this down. I'll punch it flat. And rolling pin, you can use a wine bottle, you can use, I was gonna say a broomstick, but maybe that probably wouldn't be the best. No, don't use a broomstick, scratch that. And so we wanna roll it out, almost like you're making a pizza, pretty much, just until it's about half an inch, a quarter of an inch thick. And we're gonna try to make it as close to a rectangle as possible. So you can kind of stretch out the corners. And this is pretty good. It's kind of a rectangle-ish oval.
Edges.
Yeah, that works for us. So we have our dough, we're ready to go. And you can top this with pretty much whatever you want. So for me, I went with sort of my favorite omelet fillings. And that's how I'm designing it. But you can obviously use whatever. So with what I have here is some spinach, some peppers, and some onions. And these are raw. I just threw them in a food processor instead of chopping them up because it was a lot quicker, and just give them a little pulse. So it's almost like a little mix. And the spinach gives you that beautiful green and really, really nice freshness as well. Chrissy, would you mind putting some of the other ingredients? So we have some sun-dried tomatoes.
These are gonna really pack in the flavor. And we have some basil leaves that we can just tear right
Basil?
out.
Did you say basil?
Basil.
You can say basil.
Tomato.
She's a basil girl. I'm a basil guy.
I'm surprised we get along.
Basilico. in
Basilico.
Italian, yeah.
That's what we're gonna start calling it.
So yeah, from now on
We're
it's
gonna wonder.
basilico.
All right.
Okay, so I'm putting quite a bit on because I want these to be really nice and stuffed. We have our basil on top. Just because I like it, and a little bit of parm too, right? I didn't really add any salt to this. So the Parmesan cheese is gonna give it a little bit of that sodium and a little bit of that cheesy flavor, and I don't need too much. Like I don't have to put a lot on here. It looks like a lot, but it's falling like snow. Like it's not, if I sneeze, it would blow it right off. It's that light.
And that's optional if you didn't want to use the cheese. No problem. You have some, big flavors that are already in here.
Absolutely. So we're gonna add, I just want to season it. Just put a little bit, just like a teaspoon of olive oil, just to make everything stick nice together. Whoa, forget it, lost the cap. And then you want to roll it up like you would almost like a cinnamon roll. So start from the edge and be very gentle with it. If I pack it, then I'm just gonna push the dough into each other, and it's gonna be a little too dense. So I want the sort of crevices in the spiral. So I'm just gonna like gently sort of lift and push and pull, or not pulling, just pushing. And we have our little savory breakfast log now. And then I'm gonna cut them almost like sushi. Did I hear sushi? Yeah, sounds like making sushi, right? I'm gonna cut them into about 1.5, 2 inches. They're pretty big. They're pretty big, and I'll show you what they look like when they're finished. So that's our little spiral there, right? Really, really nice. And I'm putting them in a muffin tin. I have these like really crappy aluminum muffin tins, so I put little paper cups. It just helps. But if you have like the nice nonstick ones, even if you want to grease them up a little bit, that works too. You don't have to put the papers in there.
Yeah, it depends on your appetite. For most people, one will be perfect.
Yeah, they're pretty big. Yeah, and so now what I'm doing is, in the middle spiral, I want to just open it up just a little bit, create almost like a little pocket, right? Almost like a little cup in there. And this is just eggs. I just whisked it up, that's all it is. Maybe season it, maybe just to put a little pinch of salt, just to season it. And then I'm going to pour it in the cups. Now, this will happen. It'll sort of fill and spill all over the place.
It's okay if it
It's okay.
oozes out into the cup.
Let it happen. Sometimes the best things come from sloppy cooking.
And you'll get some of the flavor and texture of the egg on the outside.
Yeah.
And you'll see when they come out of the oven, it almost looks like that icing that you would see on the outside, gives it that nice shine.
Yeah.
How did you come across this recipe then?
We designed this recipe. Yeah.
Jeremy's
Okay,
so
so
creative.
this is going to go into an oven 350 degrees for about 20, 25 minutes. And if you don't have muffin tins, like you can even, this will make 8 rolls. You can double this up if you want enough for 2 weeks, and you can put it just into a baking tray. Just kind of jam them all in, and I'll show you what they look like. And so see how it looks? Yeah.
I've been smelling these all morning, and I can't wait to try them.